Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the intro to my Pokémon Emerald Wedlocke challenge. That's right, for Pokémon Emerald, I'm going to be doing a Wedlocke because, personally, with Pokémon Crystal, I know Pokémon Crystal is an easy game anyway, but with Pokémon Crystal, I found it to be just a little bit too easy as a Nuzlocke, and I would rather do something more challenging, which is why I'm doing the Wedlocke challenge. So, yeah, the Wedlocke challenge is much, well, maybe not much harder, but it is harder than a Nuzlocke, and Emerald itself is a kind of decently, sort of difficult game, I guess. Not extremely difficult, but not extremely easy either. I have played it a couple of times, so I know my way through it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be doing a Wedlocke for this, just for the harder difficulty, and let's just go over the rules of the Wedlocke, for those who don't know what it is. So before I get started, if you guys would like to check out Maryland's video describing the Wedlocke challenge rules, I'm pretty sure he invented it, I think. Yeah, I think he invented it. So, the Wedlocke challenge, he started it up, or he was the first person I saw do it, so I'm pretty sure he may have invented it. I don't know, I'm just rambling here, but yeah, the link to his video will be in the description because he goes over more than likely 100 times better than I will. So yeah, let's just get started. Rule number 1 is that a fainted Pokemon, or if a Pokemon faints, it is considered dead. So basically it's the same as a Nuzlocke. Any Pokemon that faints will be placed in the PC or released, or it can be placed in the PC or released. Because of the difficulty of this challenge, I'm actually going to be releasing Pokemon because, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the end of the line, they're dead, and that's just it, I guess. So, yeah, Pokemon are getting released in this. I prefer to actually just like leaving them in the PC, because if they're released, I don't have to see them, I guess, and look and be upset if I see them in the box, like if I accidentally move over to the next box or whatever and see them there. So, I mean, it's probably better for them to be released and let their spirits go wherever they go, I guess. So yeah, they'll be released. Hopefully it won't happen, but you know, it's a Nuzlocke, and it's not hard, but sometimes it can be a struggle to go through a Pokemon game without a Pokemon fainting. So yeah, it's pretty much, it can be down to luck sometimes, because you know how critical it's go. There's no mulligans, so once it's fainted, it's done. That Pokemon can't be used ever again, and that's just how it goes. Rule number 2, again, another very similar rule to the Nuzlocke, is you can only catch the first Pokemon per route. Now, the rule of the Wedlocke, or the main rule of it, is to put Pokemon into pairs, almost as if they're a couple, kind of like love at first sight. So, if you enter a route with an uneven number in regards to gender, for example, 1 male or 1 female, you only have 1 Pokemon and it's whatever gender, then your first encounter does not count until you find the opposite or needed gender. So, if I went in with, say, 2 males and 1 female, and I found a male Pokemon, that doesn't count as my first encounter. It only counts until I find a female Pokemon to even up the groups. So, I know people will probably see this as sort of homophobic, but it's not. Personally, for me, I fully believe that if you're in love with someone, regardless of your gender or whatever, and if you're happy with them, then there should be no problems at all. This is no way homophobic, it's just the rule of the Wedlocke, and I doubt whoever made it up, doubt whoever made it up is homophobic either. It's just sort of a better way to the challenge. It doesn't let you switch Pokemon as freely. For example, you could have an awesome male Pokemon or an awesome female Pokemon, and you could let it faint, or you could let you could let its partner faint, just so you can get that awesome Pokemon out of the PC or whatever and put it in your team. Just because they won't have they'll have the same gender, so you can just pick whatever Pokemon you want. Having the different genders doesn't let you do that depending on the Pokemon, I guess. You could get you may not get the best Pokemon or whatever, and that's pretty much the standpoint on it. So yeah, that's the way it goes. I'm not going to speak on this anymore. It has nothing to do with same-sex marriages or anything, because I don't think anybody should be against it. I don't really see why they would be. It's stupid that there is people against it, but that's just their opinion, I guess. So I probably shouldn't call it stupid. Dupes clause will be activated for this run, because it will you could run into the same Pokemon more than once, I guess. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this way, but if I catch a Poochyena, for example, and it faints, and then later I find another one, I may catch the new one. I'm not sure yet. I'll decide on it, but I think I may end up catching it. I might count that as a new encounter. Because Pokemon have to be in pairs, their genderless Pokemon are not able to be caught, such as Magnemite or Voltorb. They cannot be used, so that's just the way it goes. No Pokemon like that will be used in the run. They don't have a gender, so they can't be in a pair. Rule number 3, all Pokemon must be nicknamed. This is basically like the optional rule in the Nuzlocke, but this one actually has to be done. Because I'll be recording a few of these in advance, because I'm going to be moving house soon, I'll be naming these myself. If I ever forget to nickname a Pokemon after capturing, then I will ask you guys for a nickname suggestion, but otherwise I'll be naming them myself. So please don't leave comments like, can you name it after me, or can you name Pokemon, like, can you name this certain Pokemon name X or whatever like that, because it's not going to happen. I'll be recording in advance, just because we'll be moving, and I'll be a few episodes ahead by the time I see your comment, more than likely, so yeah, I won't be doing it that way. Rule number 4, you can only switch between the pairs. For example, if I have a Trico, and I then catch a Wurmple with a different gender, they are considered a pair. So for example, male Trico, female Wurmple, that's a pair. If I catch a Zigzagoon and a Poochyena after that, they are another pair. So female Zigzagoon, male Poochyena, that's a pair too. If I'm in a battle with Trico, I can only switch out to Wurmple and not to Zigzagoon or Poochyena, as Wurmple and Trico are the pair. So yeah, that's pretty much the way it goes. You cannot switch into any Pokemon you want. You can only switch with the current Pokemon that's in. You can only switch with its partner, which is the Pokemon you caught, I guess, or whatever order you caught them. So same goes with Zigzagoon or Poochyena. If I have Poochyena in, I can only switch to Zigzagoon. I can't switch to Trico or Wurmple, because that's just the way it goes. That is just an example. It's not the actual thing, because you guys are going to be deciding on my starter, so that's just the way I'm going to have to do it. There will be a few episodes that won't be recorded in advance, but when we get to move, I think we're moving in around the 17th of June, then I'll have to start recording in advance around then, so I'll be able to upload for you guys. So yeah, there'll be a few episodes. I'll probably say in the episode before I start recording it in advance that I will be recording in advance, so just take that in mind. Anyway, that is, well, still need to continue this rule. I got a bit lost there. If a member of a pair faints, you can replace it with a Pokemon that's in your PC to make a new pair, basically filling the vacated spot. So, should both Pokemon faint, you can make a new pair entirely from your PC. So you can take one male, one female Pokemon from your PC and make them a new pair. That's pretty much the way it goes. If a member of a pair faints during a double battle, and I have an uneven number of Pokemon because of it, say, if Wurmple faints, I still have Zigzagoon, Poochyena, and Trico, I'll be switching out Trico. I'll be switching out one of them, obviously, because it's a double battle and I'll need 2 Pokemon in. So I'll have Poochyena in there. I'll have to switch out Trico for Zigzagoon, and then just continue the battle with those two as the pair. In regards to Roar and Whirlwind, I'll be switching into the original pair that has started the battle, and not the Pokemon that is switched in. So, if a Pokemon gets switched in during actually, yeah, I think I'm not sure what way I'll do that yet. I may, just stay with the regular pair. I'm not really sure. I might stay with the one that's switched in. I have no idea, but we'll see. So, rule number 5 is Pokemon will not be deposited in the PC, or it cannot be deposited in the PC. This doesn't count in regards to Pokemon that have fainted. If you get a full party of 6, that is your party until a Pokemon faints and you need to replace a Pokemon or a pair. The only way this rule is allowed to be broken is due to HMs. So if you're really desperate, if you have no Pokemon that can learn Surf, but a Pokemon in your PC can, you can then get a Pokemon. You can get that Pokemon, bring it out, but that Pokemon cannot be used in battle. It can only be used for Surf, because that is what you're using it for. It's not a pair, or not a part of a pair. I probably end up depositing the full pair if that happens, and then just taking out the Pokemon that can Surf. And then whenever I get to the point where I can put them back in the PC, I'll take out my Pokemon that can be a pair. So yeah, or take out the pair from the PC and put the Surfing Pokemon back. Finally, the Wedlocke challenge ends for me once I have defeated the Pokemon League. However, it will be active during the battle with Steven. Like I have done with Pokemon Red and Crystal, I'll be catching all legendary Pokemon available to me in the game. I'll also be trying my best to win at the Battle Frontier, because I've actually never done that before. The max I've gotten is 3, so I would like to actually try and record myself getting all the symbols at the Battle Frontier. The Wedlocke rules do not apply in the Battle Frontier, nor does the pairing system. I'll be using the party I have at the end of the Pokemon League in it, however, so whoever lasts until the Battle Frontier, party-wise, will be used in the Battle Frontier. I will not be getting Pokemon from my PC and making a new party. It will be the Pokemon that have lasted all the way from the Elite Four to the Battle Frontier. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here. So what I'd like you guys to do is just vote which starter you would like me to use. Would you like me to use Trico? Would you like me to use Mudkip? Or would you like me to use Torchic? The decision is up to you, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the start of this Pokemon Emerald Wedlocke. So, see you then.